name is Drew Parrish. I am the head beekeeper here at Heritage Harvest. We produce mushrooms, cut flowers, honey, value-added products for them, as well as hemp. And we started after 2009. We started looking into kind of what we wanted to do. We were really interested in beekeeping, and that's where I took some beekeeping classes when we still lived in Charlotte, and then from there things just progressed. Claire took night school classes to learn about soil science, and we put a plan in place, and then in 2018 we started and kind of broke ground here. So one bee could grab nectar from a couple hundred flowers, they'll bring it back to the hive, and then they have a process with the enzymes that they create in their stomachs to regurgitate it into the cells, the honeycomb, and then they dehydrate it from there so that it's not going to ferment. The honey is their carbohydrate, and then they'll also forage for pollen from all of the flowers and plants, and that pollen they'll store as well, and that'll be their protein. We use length trough hives, and so there's 10 or 8 frames, so if you can kind of see inside here, this is 8 frame equipment, and each one of these frames is full of honey. And so those frames are where the bees in different sections. The very bottom one is usually called the brood box. That's where the queen stays typically, and she will lay eggs. So if you have a good queen, she's going to be laying eggs nonstop. There's a few weeks in the winter time when they don't. And then above that is where they will produce honey and store and make the honey. What makes our honey unique is that the diverse flowers that we. So one of the reasons we grow cut flowers is so that our bees have more options or more access to really solid foraging flowers. We also grow hemp, which has tons of benefits in the pollen. It helps with the bees' immune system and helps them to fight off all the pests. So the stronger they are going into the winter, the more likely they're going to survive. Right now, beekeepers struggle, to keep 50% of their hives through the winter. It's also why one of the things we do is try to grow our hives, and the way I'll do that is by getting new queens from one of my mentors, buying queens from him, and then taking that queen, putting it in a new box, taking a few frames of honey, a few frames of brood or eggs. They'll eat the queen out of a little box that I put her in there with. She has some attendants, and then there's like sugar, so they get the queen out. They'll spend a day recognizing her pheromones, and they'll kind of recognize her as the new queen. And then from there, you should have a new healthy hive. Wicked whiskey honey was honestly something that, from talking to you guys, had the idea to collaborate and create a really cool value-added product. So taking our pure raw honey and then decanting it right into your Nobilium, or really excited to try out your Rye Fidelity. And we're gonna let that soak in there anywhere between a month to 3 or 4 months. We'll take it out, we'll test it, and make sure that it kind of picks up everything that it needs from the barrel. Then we decant it back, we filter it to get all the carbon that's come off the sides of the barrels, or charcoal I should say. And then from there it's just pure raw honey that has the infused bourbon flavor. So it's just a great end product that really, to me, has a much stronger and more permanent flavor profile than just taking a little bit of bourbon and mixing it in with some honey. But a lot of people reference the old Albert Einstein quote about, bees go extinct, we're only going to live for 2 or 3 years. That's an urban legend. He never said that. The reason that I think kind of had teeth and became an urban legend is because bees are extremely important. They pollinate, $7 to $9 billion worth of produce every single year. There's really going to be no way to replace that function in our food system if they do collapse or they do go extinct. So they're critically important to the way a healthy food system works. HeritageHarvestFarms.com is our website. You can find all of our products from our landing page there, or on Instagram at Heritage Harvest Farms NC.